Hi, it's Swan here, and welcome to my art channel Catagania, where I show my mixed media pieces. Today I'm going to take this glass box that I got from Kmart here in Tassie, and I'm going to cut it down just a little and strengthen it the bottom up a little bit, and then cover it with my background papers to make a box to display my A5 loose pages that I have started making, as well as the ones that I'll be making in the challenges I do in my Facebook small group of Catagania for art journaling. So be very careful with your cutting knife if you're going to use a craft knife along the front, as it is a very flimsy surface, so just be careful please, and bear in mind your sharp craft knife. So then I use a pair of scissors and I chop a downward angle at just above the handle holes that are there and down to the front, so that'll be the display area where you can see all your lovely art pieces if you choose to do something similar. I also know that a YouTuber that I follow, Denise Lush, has also created a similar one for her index cards that she done for her index card challenge, but that's a smaller one. This is a larger one, because as it takes A5s, and the ATCs were probably about half this size, if not a little bit smaller. But it's such a great idea to actually do this, and I think both of us had the idea at the same time. I just upcycled, where Denise actually created a stronger version using the thicker craft board. So I've just cut down a A5 cardstock for the bottom, and I'm put some PVA glue in there, the tacky sort, and then I'm just also adding some double-sided tape just to hold it down while the actual glue is drying. It just gives it that little bit more stick, especially when you're waiting for something to dry. So as usual, I press that double-sided tape down with a bone folder, and then I lift it with a pin, because it's just a lot easier and less stressful than trying to pick it with my nails, even though I haven't got short nails. So I'll stick that down. I'm even getting a roller to push it in to make sure all that glue is going to hold it down and it's flat in that box. So that's stage one and 2 completed. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm just having a look, and I really don't like the fact that you can see the edging of the cardboard, because it is a fluted cardboard there. So I tried to tidy it up at the front, and I'm thinking, I don't know. So out comes the good old washi tape. So I'm going to pick a washi tape that I don't use that often, and it'll be in black and white, as it'll go with all my actual layouts that I'm going to be using for the covering of this box. So then I'll just add that to all the sides, and I just might speed this up, so I'll be back in a second. So I just cut out my sticking of the tape there, so there's tape all around. So this is one of my printable backgrounds that I have. Some are available on my Etsy store. I've only got the one item up for sale at the moment, as there's really no interest because I don't have enough followers at the moment, etc, etc. So I'm just haven't really added any of the new ones up. So what I'm doing is loosely going around the shape of each side, so I know one of the cutouts will go to the left and one will go out to the right, and I'm including cutting out the handle, so it fits nice across a A4 sheet, of course, as it's an A5 box. So I just use my nifty little scissors here that I really love. They're nice and sharp, and they just really don't hurt my hands as much as other scissors do, as it's kind of spring loaded, so it's really good. So I'll cut all this, easy peasy. And then I will glue this on to the sides of the box. Now what I've also got is I've printed out a couple of the backgrounds onto a sticky sheet, as in like a label sheet. So it's an A4 label with no bits cut out, and I've just printed out the actual background on one of them, which means I don't have to glue. Now this is a great idea, and that was brought to you by Neff Bailey, and I'll leave her Nee's YouTube channel in the description below, so you can have a look at what Nee gets up to as well. So I'm just cutting out with the craft tool, and yes, I'm cutting straight on my glass mat. It doesn't hurt the glass much because it's the same type of glass used in the Ranger glass mat. The only difference really is the fact that they've got backing of black with graph lines in. I've got the World, so I cut over Australia often. So I've just cut those out, and that'll be, I'll stick it on. Now I'm sorry for the angle on this. This is my new camera that I'm setting up. I haven't done a lot of films, a lot of clips in with this angle, as I know it's a bit of an issue because it's not overhead and you don't see as much. And because I'm right-handed, it also means that I'm blocking out some of the work with my right hand. I couldn't put it on the left-hand side, as I couldn't see the actual screen that allows me to see that it's recording and in the right place, etc, etc, etc. So it's just one of those teething things at the moment, but I'm very excited. My husband, as I'm recording the voiceover, my husband's over in the shed, and he's working on an overhead system for me, which will be created out of steel. So he's a clever man, and he does help me out a lot with those sort of little crafty needs that I have. So just cleaning down my mat, and there's one side. I'll just make sure it's pressed down. As you know, you cut it out, it'll be a little bit overlapping, and now I'll just do the other one. So we'll cut this bit out and head to the next stage. So back again. Now that's on. So I've now got both sides done, left and right, with two different backgrounds that I've got. Now I'm looking for the next one, and this one I'm pretty sure is the one that's a label. Yes, it looks like it because it's on a thicker page. Or is that not the one I'm going to use? Yes. So this time I'm actually going to use my Kaiser craft cutter. It's one of the better craft cutters I've found. Definitely better than the Kazaz ones that I had. So I'm just cutting off the wide area off this, so I have a square starting point, and then I shall work out where I need to cut, and I will cut straight across for that box. And I'm actually going to do it full length, which will go over some of what I've already stuck, which is fine because it's background. So it's just a case of making something look a bit more crafty, fit into the environment, not messy but orderly, and that'll be. And see, look, here we go. When I finally get this open, because again I should have probably used a pin, there we go, peel it off and stick it down. Now, as Nee says, this is great for doing a page. If you've got this type of already background done, now you can do it yourself. Create your own backgrounds before you do anything further. Scan it in, take a photo so it's printable, print it out with your printer. And now I use an inkjet. I've just upgraded the ink in my inkjet, so it's hopefully will be less water acted. But I don't mind that, because if you're quick enough with a gel medium over the top seal, like Mod Podge or something like that, you can actually get it before it bleeds anyway, which is great. So I've just put that on, and I don't like the top, so I'm going back over with my washi tape. Hindsight, do the washi tape last. So you're not doubling over with what you're doing. So I'm even putting it along the bottom, and I'll end up putting it on all the edges, so it actually adds like a border on them. Except the only thing I won't put it around is the handle holes. So, and it actually, I found that particular washi tape worked really well in that respect. And I'm also going to go over and add some more mark making, just to make it a little bit more uniform, blended in together, kind of repeat certain parts where the joints are. And I'm using, you'll see that's an orange paint pen, that's a Toolie Art one, and they're great. Brought those. That particular pack has 30, actually it's got 28 colours in it, and you end up with 2 whites and 2 blacks with that, so that makes the 30. So, and it's great, so it's got massive amounts of beautiful colours. And I've just used there the Jane Davenport fountain permanent pen that's there, and because it's a brush pen, it gives you some great little actual marks with that as well. So I haven't done the back yet. I'm doing more washi tape, which probably could have waited until I've done the back, but this is Diane. Diane's gonna just go with it, because technically I suppose you don't actually have to do the back, because if it's up against a wall, which is what it's going to end up being on one of the new shelves I'm setting up, no, you could get away with not doing the back. But to me, when it's sitting on my desk and I'm doing stuff, I don't want that showing on my videos. I want it to be blended in with the rest of the art that's around. So that's the washi tape. So what I'm going to do now is forward it through to the end so you can see the end product, and I hope you enjoy. So what I decided to do was use one of the pieces that I cut out from the handle and create a tag for the front, just to add another dimension to it, to the front of it. So I write art pages on it, simple as that. So I grabbed one of the Sharpie paint pens I've got. Yes, I have a lot of paint pens. I'm addicted to art supplies, if you hadn't noticed. And of course, during this lockdown, I've been buying more than what I should. But I'm having fun, and I'm slowing down now. So I'm just going over that, added some white in the background just to make it pop a little bit. And I will just stick that onto the front. And I think I actually had enough glue on my brush to just stick it down. And there's my art pages box. Simple as that, easy to do, and what a great way to display future A5 journal pages. Hi, and thank you for watching my latest video. If you'd like to see more, click subscribe. Please click the like button and to let me know that you enjoyed it, and comment below if you'd like to see anything new. So thank you for coming, and happy crafting. Bye.